What's up, guys? It is Sunday, September 24th. It's 2:56 p.m. and I'm smelling some opportunity right now with XLM and XRP. Last night, I found something I've never found before with XRP, which I'm going to cover today. And then this morning, I found something with XLM as far as some interesting signs that are pointing to show that we could see an explosive move here within this week or within the next week or two that I'm looking to strike on, and I know you guys are too. So if you're looking to strike on that, join the Discord, link is in the bio. Ask for premium VIP Stargate membership and we'll get you in on this opportunity. But I wanted to share this. So XLM, let's start off with that because that one's more straightforward. So XLM on the 4-day chart, right? If I hide a couple of these things here, we're just going to look at those bottom indicators. So the bottom indicators on the 4-day chart have leveled off. So usually what we see is with XLM, when it cools off, right, and it goes on and it hits a ultimate bottom, what it does on the 4-day chart is it goes down with the stock RSI, pops up once, comes back down, and then as soon as that blue crosses up above that 20 line, it's a bottom, just rock solid bottom. Then it happened again back here. We go, stock RSI comes down, it pops up, it goes back down one more time, but then as soon as that blue gets above that 20 line, rock solid bottom. Right now, we're doing the same thing again. So on the 4-day chart, we have already came down with the stock RSI, we popped up once, we came down again, and all we're waiting for is that blue line to come up through that 20 line, and it's going to be a rock solid bottom. What we do find though is XLM usually likes to have a little capitulation moment before ultimately popping up and finding its rock solid bottom, like right here, right here. This was less of a capitulation moment, so that's why I'm going to be patient on this. I'm not going to jump in quick. I'm going to watch and wait until that blue on the 4-day chart gets above that 20 line, because if it wants to pop down like that, I don't want to get smoked right here. I want to be patient and wait for that 4-day chart to cross up, because that will be less risky and more of a high reward given the whole past year of data we got here. So with XLM on the 4-day chart, you can see that. Then the TSI as well too. So the TSI is above the 0 line, which means we're in bullish market territory, bullish market structure. So if we can see that come up through the 20 line, TSI cross, and we're above the 0 line, we could have an explosive move up here. That's like a 50% move. Yeah, it's like a 50% move. And on MEXC, they have an XLM margined leverage futures trading. So you can use your XLM as the margin for a levy long. So you get to still hold XLM. You don't have to sell it into USD Tether, and you can do like a 10x with your XLM, betting on XLM going up, and it's like a triple dip. And that's what I'm going to be looking to do. So for the Stargate VIPs in the Discord, I'm going to let you know exactly when I strike on this, because I'm not trying to miss this one. That's for sure. So where I think we're at is we're at the final state. We could be here, or we could be, already at a point like this, but it's going to be within the next week or 10 days here. You can feel it. Especially we're on critical support on the 3-day chart and on the 1-day chart as well too, as well as what I just showed you on the 4-day chart. But then if we go back to that 3-day chart, you can see the same thing as well. We could have already done our capitulation, because back here, we cool off on the 3-day with the stock RSI, we pop up once, we come back down, we cool off the stock RSI, pop up once, come back down, we cool off with the stock RSI, pop up once, come back down. But as soon as that blue gets to the 20 line, it's game on. So once I see this start to cross up and we get above that 20 line, and if we got a good looking green candle coming in, I'm striking on this. That's the 3-day chart. And then the TSI as well too might have a little pull down and then pull up. Usually that's what we see. Like if we look back here, like we're close. If we measure when this indent happened comparatively to this indent, by the time that we bottom, it's 24 days. So this indent, and we are at 18 days right now. So by September 28th, Thursday, we could hit rock bottom. I'm definitely looking to get in on that to experience a potential nice October here. So, and that kind of coincides with what I'm going to show you with XRP after this. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and subscribe. So that's what I'm seeing for XLM. Then if you go to the 2-day chart, same thing. You can really start to look at the fine details of where we're at, and we're at this phase right here. We're at this phase. It's a matter of, are we going to have one little wick down and then go? Or are we just going to pop up? And that's what I'm waiting for. Just like back here, you know, same kind of movement. Just like back here. I would say we're close to something like this, because we have our first little hump here, then we pop up higher. We have our first little hump here, then we pop up higher, then we come down. So this is what I'm seeing. And I want to see at the same time the TSI cross and the stock RSI cross up, because once we see those two things happen on the 2-day chart, just like the past, you can say the bottom's in, bottom's in. And right now we're doing the same things as before. If we're going to fall first, I'm expecting us to come down to like 10-ish cents, around like 10-ish cents. And if we do, I'll be looking to get in on that, depending on what the narrative is at the time. But that's what I'm watching for XLM to strike on it. Then if we look at the 1-day chart, we've already did our little kind of cool off, our pop up to that zero line, couldn't get above, our pop up to that zero line, couldn't get above, and then we have the TSI coming down like this. As soon as that TSI crosses, stock RSI crosses up, bottom's in. So this is what I'm watching. I'm going to be watching the 1-day chart, watching that TSI like a hawk, and watching that stock RSI like a hawk on the 1-day chart, so I can gauge ahead of time to try to nitpick the as close to the bottom as possible, so I can gauge on the 1-day when the 4-day and the 3-day are going to cross up. So that's for XLM. So now let's go into XRP. So XRP we got right here. If we're just looking at it basically, like you can see that we're hugging this trend line support ever since back here, like November 2022 support. We do have a green nice candle coming in here on the weekly chart, and we're about to see the weekly candle closes as well too. But this is not what I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you a different way of looking at XRP, and it's kind of funky, so bear with me here. So this is how we're going to look at it. We're going to look at XRP in a different light. We're going to do the DXY /XRP USD, and we're going to do that, and then we're going to click this, and then it gets it cleaned up a lot more. So when this is going down, this is actually positive for XRP. That means we're going up. So this right here was when the SC lawsuit got resolved for XRP. So now we're back on this support line, as you can see. Support November 2022, support January 2023, support March 2023, support here in August, and support here in September. Touching it to a T. And besides this wick, but this was January, and it was like a flash crash thing out of nowhere. But as you can see, the wick touch it perfect. So our downside limit is like, and this is not price the same, but like 46 cents. We can only go as low as like 46, 45 cents max. But that's not what I wanted to show you, because now on the right side, we're going to invert the scale. So now it looks normal. Now it looks like when this is going up, XRP is outperforming the dollar. When it's going down, the dollar is obviously outperforming XRP. So we got the 4 seasons going right now. I'm going to hide the moon phases. I'm going to hide these mini cycles. Actually, I'm going to keep the cycles. So what I noticed with XRP is that, and let me pull up my notes here. So when a sell signal comes in for XRP on the 1-day chart, so let me throw the screener back on. So here we go. So when the Stargate sell signal comes in, and let me turn this off, on the 1-day chart, usually it's around 90 days. It's a count. So when you see a sell signal come in, the countdown for 90 days officially starts. So as you can see on the top here, it's the blue. Usually that's when you want to buy, but I'm going to switch this up so we can now match it up. There we go. So now it's right. So usually when we see a sell signal come in, it takes about 90 days until we reach our utmost bottom. So right here, we had the sell signal come in October 2022, and then we had our utmost bottom 90 days later right here, and then we went up again. Then right over here, we had our sell signal come in, and then it was about like literally 89 days. And then on the 90th day was when the SC thing got released. So as you can see right here, it was the 86th day before we reached our utmost bottom, and then we pumped out of nowhere. But really, if there wasn't that news, then it probably would have been 90 days. But still, very close. It's like around 80 to 90 days you can chalk it up to be. Then if we look even back here, let's look at this sell signal. So this sell signal comes in. It was to a T, 90 days until we reach our utmost bottom. And then let's look at this sell signal right here. It was about around like 80 days which was our bottom here before ripping back up. Then we had another sell signal right here. Let's do the numbers. It was 90 days, and then we had our utmost bottom and we shot up. Then over here with the COVID crash, it was, one thing I noticed was back during this time period, XRP was so manipulated and held down, and I remember it. A lot of coins were firing up at that time. XRP was suppressed, so it doesn't work back here. But it's around 210 days in a bear market, and in a bull market it's 90 days. So this was a bull market, it was 90 days, and we started our bull market with XRP, so it's been 90 days. But if we were in a sustained downtrend, a bear market, it's around 220 days. Now if we look at where we're at currently, right, we have this sell signal here, we got to do 90 days. So that brings us out to late October, where we would hit our utmost bottom. What I think is about to happen for XRP is we're going to do something like this, where we're going to see a rise, maybe back up to like 60 cents, somewhere around there. And then we're going to come back down by the tail end of October. But by the tail end of October, we're going to reach our utmost bottom, and then we're going to fire up in November. I think that also too, I've identified the months where XRP has substantial moves, and that is January, April, July, and October. So October we're heading right up on. If you look at every other last October in its whole entire history, it usually has a nice move up. And that's because it's the change of the quarter. So those months, January, April, July, October, are the changes of the quarter as well as the changes of the season. So when you have the vernal equinox, that's in late March heading into April. So the following month after the equinoxes, so for winter solstice, January has a nice move, and then after March for vernal equinox has a nice move, and then after summer hits, July usually has a nice move, and then after fall hits, October usually has a nice move. So we're heading into October now, and we now have this cycle of 90 days that we look at. And it's matching up because also early November, Ripple has their swell conference. So I'm expecting a lead up pump into that. So all this is kind of matching up. And then these mini cycles as well too, these 3s, 5s, the 1s, 7s. Usually when we hit our top, we hit a 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, right? And when we hit our bottoms, usually it's 3, 3, 3, 3. This one didn't, but then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. This one was a 3. So what we have next is a 3 coming. We have a 3 coming after 1 because we already flashed our 1. So I think what we're about to see is what I just outlined right here for XRP, and then coinciding that with XLM and looking like it's within the week or two ready for a move. These things are lining up. So I just wanted to share that. This is a way different way of looking at XRP, using the DXY against XRP, inverting the scale. It kind of cleans it up as far as these moves. And usually on the 1-day chart, if you see a 1-day sell now signal, you better get out because it's called since back in 2015. Sell, 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 sell. Oh, no, sell, 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 sell. Sell. Every time we have a 1-day sell signal utilizing this chart, we go down. And then it's usually around 90 days till we hit our utmost bottom. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. And this is just a quick video, but I'm looking to strike on these opportunities with XLM and XRP. If you are too, join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Rob at Stargate. Friend request me. We'll get you kitted and suited up before all this goes down. I'll see you guys over there. Have a happy Sunday. And I hope you guys have a good starting off your week. And I'll see you in the Discord and in the next video.